What you see here behind me is probably that one location that everybody kind of associates with Germany. If you think of Germany, there's either Berlin or this thing. So yeah, that is one of the things that's here. However, you're missing out if you're not looking at the things that surround this castle. Don't worry, we'll come back to this castle. Very close to here you have the beginning or the end, it kind of depends on your view, of the Romantic Road. After World War II, many major cities and smaller towns across whole Germany were destroyed beyond recognition. In 1950, to make the country attractive to tourists again and improve its overall image, the Romantic Road was created. This now world-famous 460-kilometer holiday route connects 29 cities, each full of half-timbered houses, castles, and beautiful surroundings. In this video series, we'll explore the most iconic places along this road. So if you're interested, I recommend watching the full playlist. That being said, join us as we travel along the Romantic Road. Friends, welcome to the Romantic Road and to the very much south of Germany. I decided that I want to show you a little bit more about Germany, which may also be because I'm currently not traveling, I'm currently still planning the next stuff. Anyway, so what motivated me to now do a series about Romantic Road, to now show you Germany? I wouldn't do that alone, let's be honest. Anyway, this time I am not alone. I am joined by Mr. Arnold Uncharted himself.
Long awaited, man. This is
all the way from US right here.
Of Texas. Long overdue, man. My bro right here. Yes, the long overdue duo of what we say, Nelbondo Uncharted, or
there you go.
There we go. So
something like that. And over here on the other side we have our behind the scenes shooter. We're entering a very historical city, which is Füssen. And in fact, it is so historical that even the Romans knew about it. We have the Romantic Road here right now. However, before that, I mean, it still exists. It's a bike route these days, I think. There was the Via Claudia Augusta, something like that. Via Claudia Augusta.
We'll work on Italian later.
Why is that so hard to pronounce? Anyway, all the roads lead to Rome. That one just leads to somewhere else in Italy. But it also went through this city of Füssen.
This is insane.
Very nice. Let's see what we can find. It's no longer around these days, but back in the medieval times, they had a city gate right here, the Lech.
This is like real heaven for me. Like I can make hella reels, bro. I got content for days.
We're going to the Füssen High Castle. It was quite high, as it was visible from all the way over there, where we were before. There it is, beautiful Gothic castle. A Gothic castle built in the end of the 16th century. So a little bit more modern than some other things here, but still. Quite some history. This was the late medieval times.
This would probably be the greatest workout I ever had.
Well, yeah, that's what Germany is all about. You know, Germans love hikes, so be prepared to walk a little bit.
There's always an incline.
Going back into the city after we basically cycled the whole castle. Very nice, very walkable, like no cars passing through. Very beautiful. There you go. Back on the main road. Very nice. Look at all of those signs at the buildings. You can also see This road is completely straight. It's a clear indication for what the Romans did, because they liked those straight roads. So this part is definitely still a remain of this Via that I wasn't able to pronounce. Via Claudia Augusta. There you go. There you go. We're learning. It was in the 16th and the 17th century when people started making lutes and violins here in Füssen. A lot of those instrument makers started out here and then emigrated to places like Italy, for example. But they all started here, and even when they emigrated, they still got the materials for their instruments here from the surrounding regions of Füssen. We had a little bit of a, I don't know if you can call it a monument, but a little bit of a painting dedicated to those. And there's also a statue somewhere around here of one of the most, I don't know, important lute building guys. Let's find that one.
Mural. We was thinking monument when it's on buildings. Mural.
Yes, mural. That's the one. Anyway, let's go find that statue. That's a nice, wow, that's a nice view here. Look at that. Here's the Brotmarkt, the bread market. And, oh yeah, I see him. I see the guy I'm looking for. Once again, a beautiful street. So in case you don't know what a lute is, it's this weird guitar-looking instrument right there. And the name of this guy is Caspar Tiefenbrugger. I honestly don't really know that much about instrument making, so I can't really tell you any more facts about this guy, but he was definitely one of the important ones. Right, that was that. Now it is time to go further into the mountains. So we're leaving Füssen behind and we will see what's hiding there. And right here we have His Majesty King Maximilian II of Bavaria. Maximilian II was the king that came before Ludwig II. And I know what you're thinking. You think, why should I care who Ludwig II was? You're kind of correct. However, he will be a character that will be important later on in this video. We're like 2 minutes away by car or 10 minutes away by foot from Füssen. And here's another place where I actually haven't been, or at least I don't remember if I've ever been here, because I've been to Füssen like, damn, over 10 years ago. €5 per person for adults. And, oh, there's a group tariff as well, but starting from 10 people, we're 4.5. We are above the trees already. We just entered here. Anyway, you can take a stroller with you. You can go here with your whole family, even when you have a child in that size. You can just take your stroller with you. Beautiful. Go in through the arch and enter this beautiful walkway, which is going to be something around between 400 and 500 meters long, leading all the way over the treetops. It goes up much more there. So let's take a look. We're gonna go up to 14 meters, which may not seem that much, but honestly, it's already quite something. So if you're afraid of heights, might not necessarily be the correct thing for you to do.
The adventure for you.
You were a little bit afraid of heights, you said.
I used to be afraid of heights, but it's like I said, this feels stable. I'm an adult now, so I don't feel so small.
Right.
No, this is more dope than anything.
If we could oh, there you go. Now we're shaking. There it goes.
Yeah, all right. I'm sweating under this puffer now.
Right. You good? Right. Adventure. So the views is quite nice. However, you might notice two colored lines on those two bars. They're not just because people randomly wanted to color this. This right here is the state border between Germany and Austria. All right, everybody, should we do it?
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
No
Let's do
passports.
this. Right, there you go. We have 4 people who don't have passports with them. So what we basically just did is illegally cross the border.
Check me out.
Wow, it's just some colored lines. Like, what's your problem? Just step over it, bro. There you go.
He's in Austria.
Illegal border crossing.
His mom is in Germany and
Yeah, as soon as there's like more people on this bridge, it can really start shaking. So there you go. I don't know if you can really see that or if gimbal does what a gimbal does, but woo, there you go. And it starts again. Wow, okay. Well, you can cross the border, but you can't get down on the Austrian side. Our plan is ruined. Guess we're going back. There you go. We also have nice mountains in Germany. It's not only the Austrians who have this luxury. That was Treetop Walk. What do we think?
we love it.
I conquer my old fear of heights.
There you go. This is inspirational content right here. Let's go. Conquer your fear for €5. You get the bang of the buck, I tell you what. Well, guess what? You may remember what you see you don't see it in the background. Anyway, we're back at the Neuschwanstein Castle, the place from the intro. I mean, yeah, everybody knows this place, but I'm still going to show you like where you can find this iconic photo spot. It's a little bit of a walk though, so you better get the right shoes and like are ready for a 40-minute walk to that place. We hope that we still have a little bit of sunlight. We kind of know that from this channel, do we? It's a very nice asphalt road, but it's still very long and at times quite steep. If you're here on time, you can also just take a shuttle bus or go by horse carriage, even though I feel like that's more like a touristy thing. So we're doing it the hard way. How are you guys holding up?
I'm A-okay.
I'm hoping to grow a separate set of lungs, but we're good.
There you go. You can already see the massive castle up the hill here. Boom. There it is. Look at that thing. But let me tell you, we were stressing to get here, to catch it in a little bit of light and have a nice atmosphere all around it. And well, here we are. Castle Neuschwanstein.
All of the sweats were worth it. I did not expect it to be this beautiful, this up close. You know, sometimes like when you see it from far away, it loses its magic. No, this is magical throughout the whole time. I would run up a 40-minute walk in 15 minutes again if necessary to see this.
This is the part where we connect to what we learned before about Maximilian II and his successor after that, Ludwig II, King of Bavaria. So he was very interested in medieval stuff and operas and things by Richard Wagner. He was a little bit of an introvert, and at some point he wanted to escape politics from Munich a little bit and thought, you know what, let's build a goddamn castle. That's what the, 3 a.m. thoughts. In 1869, the work on this castle began. They said it took 3 years. Sadly though, for Ludwig II, even after 15 years, when he decided to slowly move in there, it still wasn't finished. And in fact, in 1886, Ludwig II died under mysterious circumstances, so he never even got to see the finished castles. He also wouldn't have even used it for any, official stuff. It was just his private residence, a little bit of a fairy tale castle that they just built somewhere in the mountains of Bavaria. And here it stands now as a world famous tourist attraction with over 1.4 million visitors per year. And I know what you're thinking. Look, you come all the way up here and don't even show the inside? No, I will not. It actually has a few reasons. First of all, we're too late. We're simply too late. You know, access is limited, so you gotta book your stuff in advance. I think it's like 20 euros, 21 euros per person. And I think you actually have to book it like a little bit more in advance. That's the first thing. The other thing is, even if we were to go in there, it is not allowed to take photos or to film in there. You see it a little bit there in the distance. There's the bridge. We're going up again, and before we reach the bridge, we're once again blessed with a beautiful view over the mountains and the lake down there. As you can see, there's another castle down there, which is the Castle Neuschwanstein, and Ludwig II hung out more in that place as he did in his actual dream castle, which is over here. There you go, almost there. The last station of the day before our plan is completed and before all the light is gone. And here it is, the bridge. As you can clearly see, this bridge is not connected to a network. Who knows what the hell that means? So we're just gonna go here and take a look. As you can see, we have waterfalls and things all the way down there, 98 meters I think. And guess what's on the other side? On the other side, we have the iconic spot where all of the photos on Instagram are taken. The greatest view you can get on Neuschwanstein Castle for free. You get this view for free, you can enter the bridge without any fee or anything. It has some wooden boards, which sometimes seem a little bit shaky, but they actually renovate this bridge very, very often, because otherwise they would not be able to transport all of those 1.4 million people who visit this place. And yeah, it would go quite a lot down here if you fell. So my trusted advice when it comes to falling down there, don't. So after all, if you take a look at this castle, it might remind you of something. If you didn't realize, the Disney castle was modeled after this very thing right here. So it was not Disney who came up with it, it was Ludwig II, who has never seen this castle finished while he was alive. But the legacy of this castle continues on. Another thing is that this bridge was already here before they even built this castle right there. So it was already our now already known Mr. Maximilian II who built this bridge. However, in 1866, Ludwig II said, you know what, this sucks. Why did it suck? Because it was made entirely out of wood, and let me tell you, that would have sucked. So these days you have like a metal structure here, and well, the floorboards are still wood. Some of them might seem a little bit wobbly, but overall it's completely stable and probably a lot safer than it was back then when everything was wood. Well, we did not really see it in a beautiful sunlight, but as of right now you see the city lights right here and a few lights on the castle itself. So overall, we still made it for a good view. We made it back all the way down. The feet don't hurt, but what does hurt is the parking fees. Look at that. Where do you even put the ticket? Somewhere there. Look at that. That's horrible. As you can see, right now it's quite dark, so I'll stay in this lit up spot for a while. But yeah, I feel like we've already seen quite a lot of things here at the beginning of the romantic road Next up, we're gonna have the next city of the romantic road, of course, or the next step. So I hope you're still in for that. I know that this is maybe not the most exciting series compared to a few others that I have on the channel. But anyway, you know, travel is travel. And that's what it's all about. So, that being said, thank you so much for watching. And let's get out of here.